Welcome to, I almost like to say, welcome to Bank of America. Say it, Larry J. Live. I am your host, Larry J. Make sure you go. Come on in, make yourself home. Make yourself, sluttering over my words. Make yourself at home because this is going to be an interesting topic today. So I want you all to get very comfortable. Make sure you go pour you some water and some juice. This is Welch's juice. I need to email them and ask them that they need to actually put me on their payroll since I'm always talking about their juice. And sometimes I have to talk about their juice to actually use it as code words for something else. Nobody knows Jimmy Crackcorn, and I don't care. So today is Funday, Friday. Y'all come on in, make yourselves at home, at home, at home. Now today was a very interesting day. Some of you, it teed off some of you about some of the things that transpired today. So I was just sitting there minding my own business. And I get a text. And this text was from a family member. And they have stances on things that they don't approve of, and they are against, and we are, for those of you that may read the Bible, and that God is against because he says it in his word. So I get this text. Let me pull it up. I can't read y'all verbatim what it say. So the text was so exciting and so, I would say, rejuvenating how the text was. So I opens up the text to all of the family members. So the text goes and talking about unborn babies. It goes on, and then it goes and it talks about the killing of babies, and the Supreme Court today has overturned the decision, making it legal to, what is it, illegal to abort babies. So this family really, so I say, well, okay. So then next thing I know, I guess pop-ups here, there, pop-ups here, there, everywhere. So coming up about, Roe, is it Roe? Roe versus Wade. So I'm like, Roe versus Wade. So I was on the phone with my sister, so I read her the text of what it said. And so she got a little fiery about the text. So I said, well, I went and took. Now I did take the liberty to read Roe versus Wade, which, if not mistaken, Roe was another name, and I don't have. I have to go into dig in the details of how they come up with them names, but Roe is a different name than what the person was, the person that was going through, because it was actually, set aside for 1973, if I'm not mistaken. But it started way back, back in slavery when they were trying to, make sure it wasn't too many people and all of that stuff. And I'm just summarizing and paraphrasing it. And when people were going out, they was having abortions, they were going to them alley clinics. Just in case if you do not know what an alley clinic is, an alley clinic is, when you watch the movies and the lady would be like, I gotta go take it was those movies that they make them now, but they would put it back like it was back in the day, like the 70s and the 60s, especially the 60s and the 50s. And the woman would be like, well, I need to go take care of something because I can't do this. I can't. And they would go talking in codes, and then she go like in some little alleyway, like in, most of the time they would go in like these cities, and it would be like these folkses, and then they would go see the folkses, and the woman would be mad. She would be kind of sad and depressed, and the person would pull out these tools that were gonna go up in them. And what made it so bad, they looked like hooks and stuff that you put chicken on the grill with, and like scissors, and they would go up in there, and they called those illegal um abortions, if I'm not mistaken, because they couldn't actually do it legalized, and then some people, they would fly off to other countries. But when I tried reading that law, oh my God, I was reading that law. Some of it I understood, some of it, and then it started going into the 14th Amendment. So I said, I'm gonna click on to see what the 14th. When I tell you that law was so complicated, because when you go on the 14th Amendment, it started breaking it down some more, because you got context and subheads, and I'm not finna do this. You go read it. I just go to my subject matter experts, and they'll break it down because they already know. I read. Since I'm like, well, I had questions. But anyway, that law was pretty much put in effect. So you could not, because there's certain trimesters that you could abort. You shouldn't abort babies. They get to a certain trimester, they can be conceived and things and whatnot. Well, that's what that law was. So some people today are upset because that law has been, you pretty much saying, women, you don't have the right to say you want to abort a baby. Well, what about the women that got gangbanged and they didn't ask for what? It was taken. Their rights were taken. What about those women? But people don't take that in consideration. But it was a different story when it was, you had a right, you need to make a choice on which juice you gonna drink. We don't talk about that. And I said, well, those were all, and I'm saying to myself, okay, now it's been stated allegedly they've overturned this law. Now it's been stated allegedly. What's that man name that sit on the Supreme Court? I think it's Clarence, if I'm not mistaken. Did he pass? No. We won't get into that. But um what is it? Disregard. Like they said in the courtroom, the judge will tell the judge will tell the jury, disregard that last statement. Disregard that last statement. You may proceed. So now they're talking about, they're eyeing about overturning same-sex marriage. They finna go in here and start overturning a lot of stuff. Now I'm trying to understand. Now they talking about overturning all of this stuff. Don't y'all have better stuff to do with overturning stuff? And gas prices about $50 a gallon. Gas prices about $50 a gallon. It take about $1,000 to fill up your tank. Don't let you drive an SUV. It probably take $20,000 to fill up your tank there. And they're coming up with, they trying to overturn laws. Like, don't y'all have, because we already have our president. He said, now we in a recession. But allegedly he stated, right now we trying to anticipate and going into a recession. And notice how I stated that sentence. It was just like I was stated. Because these gas prices are so high. They are extremely high. And people be talking about, now one person I was talking to, I said, well, because this person, they drive a Yukon. And I said, gas is too high. You done drove over there, and he was like, gas ain't, well, if I need to go somewhere and I want to go somewhere, I gotta go. Okay, I put gas in. I said, well, okay, gas ain't no concern. We take $300 to fill your vehicle up. Gas ain't no concern to you. On top of that, so on all of this stuff that is going on, Beyonce came out with, I want to play that song so bad, but I'm not going to play with Beyonce because I don't know how her team is, and the few little subscribers I already got. She even have my whole channel shit now. Go, I almost like to say, go 50 Cent. Oh, he was about to. I'm like, well, and I only played, I remember that video. That video was like either 30 minutes, 30 to to an hour, 30 to 60 minutes long. I only played 20 seconds, if not mistaken, of 50 Cent song. When I tell you them people came and people were like, they said, Larry, you didn't do no video for Friday. It happened some Fridays ago, a lot of Fridays ago. And I said, yeah, I did a video Friday. And they were like, we don't see no video up there. I said, I did a live Friday. I goes and I gets my little looks in my other email. They took that video down because I had did copyright. And I'm like, it was only 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 50 Cent do not be playing no games with his name. Like, you ain't gonna be using my song for nothing. I don't care if you have one subscriber. So I said I definitely, because I really want to come up here and play Beyonce's song so bad, but I was not gonna get up here and play Beyonce's song. Actually, I like the song. When I first listened to the song, I like the song. I would say, a lot of you, because some of y'all could be shot out in the head, but I would say for some of you to listen to it, but I listened to the song, then I actually went back and listened and looked at the lyrics of the song. I said, Beyonce telling these people to go out here and leave your job. She telling them people to go out there, quit your job. You ain't got to take this stuff. Quit your job. Get your time back. And then some of y'all going to go out there like fools and say, you know what? She is right. I'm going to go out here and quit my job. I'm going to get my time back. Motivation. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. I'm going to quit my job. Get my time back. Yeah. And they going to go out there. But the other part of that song, she didn't put in there. You going to go and quit your job. You going to release your job. And then you going to hear that beep, beep. No, you won't hear that because you're going to be asleep. You're going to be asleep in the middle of the night. And you're going to go out there. I'm going to go to the mall today. And you're going to go out there to the mall today and you're going to wonder why your car is not out there unless you have a garage. And some of y'all trifling people, y'all actually park. Y'all don't be done paid them people. Y'all be done park y'all cars in the garage to keep them from getting them. But your car going to be outside and then you're going to wake up and it's going to be gone. Then them folks going to be coming putting a little notice on you. Release your house. Release your apartment. And y'all going to be wondering, well, wait a minute. This is not how this is supposed to work. Because you don't want to break your soul. You don't want to break your soul. And they're going to be coming to get all that stuff because you don't release your job along with the car in the house need to be paid for. So you don't release all of this stuff. But don't worry. You won't break your soul. And she over there, she close to being a billionaire. It's a great motivational song. I hope some of you all don't be foolish enough to do it because some of you are going to be foolish enough to do it. You're going to go quit your job. I ain't got time for this. I'm not breaking my soul. And then you're going to be wondering why you sitting outside carless. But don't worry. You won't break your soul. You don't let them break your soul. So I enjoyed that song. I would say, if you listen to it, if you in your right mindset, listen to the song. It's very motivational if you know how to rationalize it and with a right mind. And you don't go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and then, the house, the lights are on at home, but nobody's home. You go to doing all of this stuff. But again, I like the song. I think this is all I'm going to give for today because I'm trying to stay within 10 minutes. Because usually I say, you know how they do at church. You be sitting at church and the pastor, now they done got in a bad habit of doing it. They say, now I'm closing and you thinking the service about to end. So now what they'll do, they'll say, now I'm closing. I'm closing now. Even though I'm probably going to say this 20 more times, but I'm closing. And then they close and turns into 30 more extra minutes to an hour. You thought, why don't you just, when God get finished using you, why don't you just put the mic down and go back to your seat? Unless you actually know when you really closing. That's it. But I hope some of you, I want on a serious note, I hope many of you, because it's going to be, people are upset about this Roe versus Wade situation. There are people that are against um what it is, aborting babies. And there are some people that are for aborting babies. Now, there's your choice. So I just say, be careful because, and please, let me, I was about to get off, but let me say this. Please don't take this Roe versus Wade to y'all jobs. Because some of y'all psychos out there, y'all go and y'all get to talking about, y'all take this stuff from home and then you go to your jobs and you try to have it part of your conversation. FYI, talking about anything political on your jobs. They want to prohibit and they tell you and they prohibit it because that's how fights break out, because what you believe and somebody else believe, y'all have two different mindsets. One could be a sanity mind, someone could be open to perspective, and somebody can be shot out in the head where this is how it's supposed to be. And quite frankly, the person that's saying this is how it's supposed to be, I mean, as you can clearly tell, this is not how it's supposed to be. You have to be open to perspective. So please do not take this on your job and you get to talking about this stuff, because someone may not, just because you are against abortion, someone else may be for abortions. And especially if you're talking about, and see, this way it gets into a sensitive situation when you go to talking about something like that. And what so perhaps a lady or a woman that is sitting there, that her rights was taken away because she, when it was about abortion, I mean, she could have been potentially allegedly raped. And you going on the job, I'm for abortion. You don't need to be aborting babies. You don't need, and then you got some people, oh, I'm not for. So now you got a whole argument. Then you get this argument, then it escalates. Then you got curse words get to flying out people's mouths, and then computers start flying across the air, desks start flying across the air. Now security, Marines, the Navy, and the Army have to be called in because you all decided y'all want to have a simple conversation about Roe versus Wade. So please, people, please try not to, especially if you know you're not level headed to have that type of conversation on your job, which you shouldn't be having it anyway. But if you know you're not level headed to be having that type of conversation on your job, and when I mean level headed, you know how to have that conversation, and you are mindful what you say because you're mindful of guidelines that are put in place, and you know how to be open in dialogue. That means you can actually be open to someone else's belief and their opinion. And you know how to give responses back to where it's not pinned back to you. Then, so I mean, that will be your choice. You see how I'm actually doing this? Because y'all won't come back and say, y'all won't come back and say, Larry J said, he talking about some hell conversation about me. No, you won't pin that back on me. No, you won't. So please, people, be in mind. This will be a wonderful weekend. The sun is out, and please be careful with that sun. When I tell you, I went out. I try not to even go outside during the daytime, because one day I know I went out 2 days this week. I thought I was gonna melt. I thought the sun was gonna melt me. I got in my car. I had to turn the knob on the fan on my air conditioner till it couldn't turn no more, and I was still trying to turn it. It was about 150 degrees out there with intense UV rays and everything. I said, let me get back in the house. And people were talking about, oh, I'm going swimming today. You going swimming in that scalding, boiling water, which I'm quite sure the pools, they're cool, but it's still that sun is beaming. That's how people be passing out and everything else. So you all please govern yourselves accordingly. Now, I want to thank you all for just tuning in to said Larry J. I am your host. Make sure you click that subscribe button, that notification button so you know when I go live. Make sure you share it with someone for laughter, for entertainment. Cause some of y'all really need to be entertainment. Cause some of y'all need to laugh. You ain't laugh. You depressed. Come up out that depression. Educated is one of them. Cause some of this stuff y'all be doing. Cause if you go out there and quit your job, this video right here is for you. Before you go out there and quit your job, talking about some you need to break your soul. You gonna break your soul if you go out there and quit your job and you know you got houses and cars and they ain't paid for, and you ain't dead up to your neck that you put yourself in. And then gas is about $20 a gallon too. I done moved from 10 to 20 to $1,000 a gallon. Gas is about $20 a gallon too, and you going out there and quit your job, break your soul. Okay. Next. Now you have a great day and thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.